so we don't confuse our viewers. Alright, so this is life of a water bottle, like I told you before. We are going to walk through the processing of what a water bottle is, as well as going through what it means to manufacture them, like ship them out, and basically where they could end up, like all the different places they can go. So, not everybody that you encounter is going to know what sustainability is beyond recycling, right? People always think that. So we give them the definition as, you know, like an overview of what's going on. If you have like an hour, then you're welcome to talk through this with them and, you know, get their perspective and like really broaden their understanding of it before we get into the actual presentation that we're doing. But you're going to see this in every presentation because we want to, more than anything else, just make people aware of what sustainability actually is as opposed to just recycle your things. So this is going to be available in all of them. And we start here on the history of manufactured plastics and basically just tell them exactly what's on the slide. You can follow along as well here on the page in front of you. This is available to you so that if you are called upon to give this presentation, then you can remember what you're doing. Because it could be a month from now, it could be in March, in April. And once, you know, you don't have the chance to like just remember all off the top of your head, because not everybody can memorize things off the top of their head, this will be with you. So yeah, we walk them through what manufactured plastics are. Are there any words on here that you can't like pronounce off the bat? You see anything like celluloid, bakeland, polyurethane? I have trouble with that, which is why I say it. Like, but yeah, that's one thing that even our education committee VP has trouble with. So that's why I want to address that on all the slides. That's where you're confident whenever you do give this presentation. But yeah, we're going to go into what is plastic after that. And basically tell them, you know, what it's made out of right now or what it's been made out of in the past. And then go into the developments and research that are being created right now. This is actually advanced far beyond this point. Like bioplastics are obviously a thing that happens already. So this will be like developed as we move forward. Sustainability is an ever-growing thing. So by all means, you know, like these will change with the times as well. But as of now, this is solid information. And basically tell them, you know, what's going on here. I'm trying to find that little piece of information. Yes, you will have this available to you as well whenever you're presenting, so that, again, you're confident in what's going on. Are there any questions about this slide in particular and like the information that's available to you on like what is plastic? Again, I'm like trying to show you guys what you're going to see as presenters, you know, because me just walking you through this slide isn't really going to do anything other than like, all right, I saw it, goodbye. Like, so yeah, this is ethylene, propylene, different types of plastic that are out there. And then this is a video about the life cycle of plastic. Have you guys ever heard of a dichotomous key? You know what that is? Alright, so basically you go through all the possibilities, right, of what a particular thing can be, right? So that's what this video does, is like it shows you what happens if it is just thrown into a trash, like a plastic bottle, and where it falls and where it goes and like all of that. And then after showing you that dire like situation, it shows you what happens if you recycle it and how it can just relive, basically. So yeah, it shows you the life cycle of a plastic bottle. Who would have thunk? So yeah, then this is pretty much, this is the slide for pronunciation. Anybody want to give it a go?
Polyethylene? Oh, I don't know. Terephthalate.
Yeah, yeah. Polyethylene terephthalate. Repeat it. Yeah.
Terephthalate?
Terephthalate.
Yeah.
That's a Starbucks drink.
Fifth latte.
Exactly.
Take one.
Yeah. This is the most common type of plastic in water bottles. It is recyclable because it is a type that can be melted down and reused again as a lower form. But yeah, we talk about this so that we can show you how they're manufactured, because not all plastics are made alike, made the same. And that's why we specifically talk about PET. If by chance you forget how to pronounce the past word, just say this is also known as PET. And that's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, this walks you through, it's like one of those how it's made videos, and it shows you how bottles can be made. I think they use the blowing method, which is what is detailed right here. Blow molding. You know, it's just one of those ways that they create it. Again, we're showing you the life of a water bottle. But then there's also injection molding, and that's used for harder types of plastics, not necessarily PET. But again, you don't need to know that necessarily because not everybody is either in chemistry or chemical engineering. They just know plastic is being used and molded. But yeah, then we go into packaging and talk about how they're disinfected, branded, shipped, and taken into stores, you know? So not everybody really thinks about that whenever they pick something off the shelf, you know? All the work that went into the item that you're purchasing. So it's just, again, giving perspective on everything that goes into, even what I'm using right here, what you're using right there. And then we go further and talk about, let's say we're going to recycle it because we're informed people, right? We make good decisions. And there's two different ways that even after we let go of that product, where it can go. So different types of recycling centers, there's mechanical recycling, feedstock recycling. It just depends on where you're going. This should be an O and not a 0, but again, no worries. And global scale pollution, after talking about, you know, recycling the bottle, we're gonna go into what happens if we don't recycle that. Like really understanding how huge this one action like impacts the world, you know, if you're not really thinking about it. And I really like, one thing that I talk about in this part of the slide is that Kyle Field has the highest like revenue from plastic bottles on this campus because they don't have, you know, water bottle filling stations. They sell their water. But yeah, like the item that they sell out of, like probably first, is their water bottles. So people really don't think about it, and that's like one of the places that is most like visible to the outside world. So if we're not doing that, and we're talking about, and we want to like make sustainability an Aggie tradition, what are we saying whenever we're not recycling those bottles? You know? So just understanding like that's the local scale, even like the national scale, but this goes for everybody, everywhere. You know? So yeah. I didn't really go over this slide just because we plan on making it less wordy. Like fact, quote, fact, quote, fact, quote, fact, quote. You know, but if you do give this presentation and it's still in this form, do the thing that Brandon did and have them read it and talk about it. And that's perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong with that. Like that keeps them engaged, again, keeps them listening and active. But at the end of all of that, we give them hope with action items, you know, because you can't just like say, all right, everything sucks, goodbye. Like you need to like give them an idea of what they're capable of doing beyond this.
Burning down Kyle Field.
Or Aggie Green Funds, you know, that's also an option, like for water bottle filling stations. The opportunities are endless, but small actions that they're capable of doing are switching to an alternative. Plastic is like the most durable. It's what people usually give out for free, but investing in like glass and metal is even better, you know, so that it's kind of like a hierarchy as it goes down, you know, it's a better option. But if you're getting a reusable plastic one, as long as it's reusable, that's a good step in the right direction. And then again, if you're not able to like do it, if you're not able to recycle, if it's not available to you immediately, the least you can do is upcycle, right? Or carry it with you and recycle it later. And I want you to flip to the back of your page, because after we go over that, you have an activity that you can do with the people that you're presenting to. So you're going to see a little piglet on the page in front of you, and we'll provide you with resources, like the plastic bottles, colored blue, glue, hello, colored paper, tape, and like pipe cleaners and all that jazz. And they'll get to design their own little animal. It doesn't have to be a piglet. Let their creativity run rampant, you know, and they can take that with them. So, yeah, and I wanted to just show you right here, like, somebody asked last time, like, who gets to decide, like, where the program gets to be. It's usually an RA, and they'll go here to our website and choose the program this way. So it'll be available like that. Are there any questions about our presentation?
So I'm an RA, so could I just give off one of these presentations, like, anytime when I need to?
We have had somebody give an impromptu one before. That is not something that is off the table.
Okay.
Yeah. But we do recommend that you ask us for resources and that you schedule it.
Right.
That's why you're able to give a more thorough presentation. Yeah, because this is one of those things that, like, or one of the presentations that is not as, like, activity intensive. It's more about the information and just, like, making people aware of their actions. But a lot of the other ones have really cool activities with them too, as you're gonna find out beyond what you already saw. So it's always better to, like, have us in the loop, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So
And we actually track those as well. So when it comes for us requesting funding for supplies for our programs in the future, if we don't track them, then we won't be able to justify those funds moving forward too. So we would prefer if you go through
Gotcha.
the website and still fill out the form, even if it's you're presenting to your residents, that's fine, just so that we have that for information.
Okay,
Yes,
so you know I'm presenting and doing stuff with it.
exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There's a surprising amount of people in the dorm that are, like, actually trying to recycle stuff and all that, so it's nice.
That's great. Absolutely.
Amazing. Wait, which dorm are you in?
Appel?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
a bunch of,
Appel
like,
boys.
the 4th floor and 3rd floor, they're trying to get funding to get a bunch of recycling stuff up there because we only have one thing on the 1st floor.
Hall improvement forms.
Yep.
That's right.
I want to show you the type that we're using. Which for recycling?
4th? Yeah.
So, actually, this question also came up, which is why this is purple. This is one of the brands that we use. So, people, like whenever you're doing the hall improvement form, it'll ask you an estimate of the cost, and you can find it here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so if you want to look them now.
$720 a bin. So
720? That's fun.
it is, and the reason why is because
Yeah, oh,
absolutely. Yeah, the reason why is because those bins are powder coated like stainless steel, and they mount to the wall.
Okay.
So they can't be vandalized as easy as some of the other bins that are out there that are
do y'all have an extra
loose.
tabs? I
It's
like
like-
a backpack in this.
Grazie.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Wait, this is an indoor bin? Wow, so fancy.
Yeah, it should be down.
That one's 870.
Yeah, it's smaller than those.
Ooh. Oh, is it because of the width and it like not creating an obstruction in the hall?
That is correct. Yeah, we have to be mindful of egress for folks that have wheelchairs in some of our spaces or power chairs. And so they have to be a little bit less wide so that way it's not blocking the flow of traffic as they go
Yeah.
through.
That one looks familiar. Small top loading. Let's see.
Yeah, they have some similar ones over in the MSC that look like that.
These are all the indoor ones. So
Yeah, it's one of the transition.
720. That's probably it. 720.
No, if you go back up, so that transition series, it's one of those. It's just smaller.
Oh, okay.
Yep. They have a special one that they use just for us.
Ooh, fancy. Nice. Ready-made bins. Cool. So yeah, they just look right here.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep that tab open now too.
Mm-hmm.
So we can walk everybody through that. Cool. Elise, do you have any like prior experience with this that you want to talk about?
Actually, I have like classes. I have my recitations like in the afternoons.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, most of the time people request these in the afternoon, so more people can show up. Yeah. Just wondering. You are a unfamiliar face. I want to ask you, what's your name?
I'm Divya.
Divya?
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like stevia, but like better. Cool. Do you know what committee you want to go to?
I forgot what I prepped.
So you did fill out the form.
Yes.
We're gonna inform them after this, right, Brandon?
Yes, we are. We already have them already done.
Yeah.
If you have not already done your committees, however, we also have a brochure. You can look over the information and then give us your preferences before you leave. So you're good.
Anybody that has not specified what they want?
I think it was me.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't think I specified.
That's okay.
I don't
Okay.
remember doing it at least.
That's
You're good.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. By all means, that just means that you might end up on the education committee or
I'm good with all of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Cool beans. Well, yeah, this is the presentation. I do want to like share more information with you all though. So like again, beyond this, are there any questions that you have like with the organization so far? You know, just like things that have come up that you haven't had a chance to talk about.
What are the times that you guys would do the presentations at? Like, can we request at any time at all? Or is there like certain hours that you work within?
Well, let's just hope that
Just
it's
'cause I
like
have,
not
like,
at
a-
midnight.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, no, it's just like,
No,
I
we.
basically go to like 7 p.m.-ish every day.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to hold anything before then for myself.
right. So we have AM and PM right here.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, this will be like the initial contact, like you either want in the morning or evening,
Right.
and then we correspond with you through email
Gotcha.
to specify the time.
All right.
Yeah.
And the education committee has the most number of people on it for that very reason. So if there are issues with scheduling, we can reach out to everybody in that committee, and more than likely somebody is available during that time frame to facilitate the program.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Have fun with the rest of your time.